Gary, the short answer is no. This will not delay the overall project up on US 95. It is still scheduled to wrap up the end of this year. Now, behind me here tonight, you can see a large crane has been brought in to remove some of the rubble. And remember, this bridge was being demolished anyway. It just wasn't supposed to come down quite like this.
There's no danger to motorists or pedestrians below the freeway or on the freeway.
That's Justin Hopkins with the Nevada Department of Transportation, meeting us at the site of Thursday's US 95 bridge collapse, the twisted pile of concrete lying across Eastern Avenue. How this happened, still not entirely clear.
That investigation just started this morning, so it's a little too soon to say. But it does appear that one of these girders failed unexpectedly.
Eastern had been closed in both directions since Monday as crews worked on demolishing the north side of the bridge. The collapsed portion was already destined for the scrap heap. All of this part of the $40 million rehab of US 95, a project still on track to wrap up just in time for Christmas 2022.
That's what we were wondering, if it's going to delay it or not, because then we were just talking about that this morning.
Lisa Mata works at Juarez El Paso Border Food.
Torta? Gracias.
A business with a front row seat on the Eastern Bridge. She says constant construction has been tough.
So you always hear, oh, we didn't come over there because that was going on. We don't want to deal with it.
The good news, the rubble should be cleared and Eastern reopened by Wednesday night. According to Hopkins, there was time built in for any unexpected delays.
Parts of this elevated freeway are 50 or 60 years old, so that's the reason why these bridges are coming down and why there's so much seismic retrofitting going on.
Still, for Mata,
oh my gosh, it was crazy.
The collapse is a bit unnerving. She looks forward to the day the cones are gone, all lanes are open, and this freeway project is done.
And I hope it makes it a lot nicer, a lot better for travel.
And again, one injured worker yesterday in this accident went to the hospital with minor injuries, checked out, treated, and released, already back on the job today.
Mistreatment of deaf inmates violating federal law. That's the allegation the American Civil Liberties Union is bringing against the Clark County Detention Center. Our Brett Forrest has details on this claim and what the Las Vegas Metro Police Department says in response.
Loss of dignity, humiliation, trauma, and unnecessary loss of rights and privileges. These accusations stem from the ACLU's complaint for deaf inmates against Clark County Detention Center.
So we've seen individuals who are deaf that have had their request for interpreters denied. This has resulted in harm towards them.
The complaint, formally filed with the Department of Justice this month, stating Clark County Detention Center, or CCDC, is continually denying basic services to inmates with disabilities, calling for an immediate federal investigation into wrongdoing.
There's a legal obligation under the Americans with Disabilities Act for CCDC to provide those services.
The complaint alleging CCDC is violating not only the Americans with Disabilities Act, but also the Rehabilitation Act and the 14th Amendment. We reached out to Las Vegas Metro Police. They run the detention center. Here's their response. We take the care and custody of all inmates at CCDC seriously. We will investigate the allegations brought forth by the ACLU.
The detention center needs to offer interpreter services, either in person or electronically, and other requested aids during the booking process, also thereafter.
ACLU is representing 2 inmates in the complaint, but says the problem is systemic and pervasive. Apart from sign language interpreters, the group also asking for updated video technology for outside communications and visual aids, saying current systems like fire alarms are sound-based and offer no alternative to alert deaf inmates. ACLU says they spoke with Metro on Wednesday regarding this complaint.
I know that this matter has been escalated up the chain, and they'll be looking at this, but at a minimum, we don't want to take into what maybe they'll work on it, maybe they won't.
ACLU says it'll be an ongoing process as the Department of Justice investigates.
You can't defend the indefensible, regardless of whether it's COVID times or not. None of this should have happened.
Las Vegas has soccer. This is where the lights play. We have the Mayor's Cup, but could the beautiful game be growing? Could Major League Soccer come to our pro sports town? It sure looks that way. Major League Soccer setting their sights on Las Vegas to be home to its next expansion team. The expanding league now in talks with billionaires Wes Edens and Nassif Suarez to bring a team to Southern Nevada. Edens has one foot in Las Vegas now as one of the owners of Brightline, the company bringing high-speed rail to our desert. He also knows soccer as the co-owner with Suarez of the Premier League's Aston Villa. Commissioner Michael Naft has had conversations with both men.
I think it's a very strong sign. The numbers that I've seen are incredible. We all know that the viewership for soccer is improving daily. You could see a 20% increase in viewership over the last year alone. And when you look particularly the under 30 demographic, soccer is what they want to play. Soccer is what they want to watch. So
this is not Las Vegas's first swing at soccer. In 2014, Mayor Carolyn Goodman was close to bringing an MLS team to Vegas, but the plan failed because no one wanted to commit any public money to a new stadium. Since then, we have seen public money go to this stadium. We've also seen this stadium and this stadium built. The point being, Las Vegas today is a lot different than what it was 8 years ago. The new proposed deal does not reportedly come with public funding. Mayor Goodman tells us she's thrilled her dream could become reality.
So it's really exciting that finally we're in line. I think we were in line for number 17 or 18, and now this is like number 30. So it has been a while, and I think it's exciting.
So what happens next? Well, the ownership group and MLS have an agreement, but a few things need to happen. They have to come up with a marketing plan, a practice facility, and of course, a soccer-specific stadium. And they have to do it quickly. Commissioner Naft tells us that agreement has to come to fruition in a matter of months.
Hi everybody, I'm Reed Cowan from News 3 Las Vegas. We want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Remember, you can always see more of our videos by clicking on the video links. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our YouTube updates.